Alright guys, here we go. So we got borrowed our Boston butt, about 5.5 kilos. Honestly, it was the smallest one they had. So, trim this bad boy up. Cryovac, lovely. Alright, so what we're going to identify is sections that we're dealing with. Alright. So I'm going to take all this off before we get started. We've got two knives today. We've got a 10-inch skimmy and I believe 6-inch boning knife. Both razor sharp, so we're just going to come along. Let's get under it, grab a hold, try and follow it as close as I can to the fat, so we're not taking off too much good stuff. Okay. So I always go pretty hard at the start, then I get a bit more accurate. Oh, she needs a sharpen this one. I haven't sharpened my knives in a good long while because I haven't been doing competitive barbecue. So when you're coming towards your hands, I always try and get my hands as far away as possible. So I grab a flap, get under it. So get under it. Sharper. Get a tag. Lift the tag. Use that tag to get some tension, and I'll just repeat the process until we've as much as we want off. So what we're doing today, we're going to separate the three major areas of the Boston butt. So money, the shield, and the horn. Horn is the most important bit of competitions, other than the money. So we get our beautiful tubes from, they're called. They're the kind of nicest bit of what you guys refer to as pulled pork. So get pretty close with this side. I'm just going to do a bit of a roughie today. Try and get a lot of these hard fats off. Definitely get that off. Oh, Jesus. So what we're trying to do is not leave any kind of sections like this, which are abrupt. Try and get as smooth as possible. It's pretty good. Take off this a little bit. Yeah, then. All right, now what we do, we identify where the money is. All right, now you can tell the money, it's this bit, and that's just based on the fat pattern. I forget the name of it. But yeah, you can tell that bit's the money. That's the nicest eating bit of any pig. So what we do is we separate down this way. We separate this section all the way through, even though that's not technically part of the money. Then we're going to follow this right here. There's a vein of fat, so we'll try and take out as much as we can. We'll end up with this section here, that's the shield. Get this in frame. All right, so we've got money here. Follow that vein. This section here is a shield. This section is the horn. So yeah, that's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Start at this end. Not rough here today. I think we will actually separate the money. So what I'll do is I'll stick a probe in this section right here, and we'll actually pull it off at about 180, 190. Get it in some juices. And we'll rest it up. This bit of fat here. I don't like it. I don't like all these massive bits. So you do want a fair bit of fat through it, but all these hard bits, they don't really render down. So, all right, that's that bit done. So what we're doing, we're opening up this cut of meat as much as humanly possible so we get as much rub and as much smoke and flavour really into it. So boom, now we're going to identify the other side of between the shield and the horn, remember? There's a big line of fat coming through here. Looks like a lymph node there. It's a bit disgusting. So basically that just, these lymph nodes, you've got to make sure you get rid of them because they will just taint the flavour of your meat. Alright. Gonna hack into it slowly because I haven't done this in ages. Want to be careful not to go to any good stuff. I'm just finding that, following it. I'm just going to go a little bit rough here, a little bit rough, because I don't want to actually lose too much. Don't want to lose too much. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, now this here, silver skin. Now that will actually stop a lot of that smoke, aka flavour, from permeating into it. So try and get rid of as much of that silver skin as possible and as much of those yucky looking squishy lymph node areas as possible. This ain't in frame, we'll be able to use a backup hopefully, but so too bad, we can get a bit more of that silver skin off. So this cut here, it's pork shoulder, bone in, commonly called the Boston butt. Normal pork shoulders that most people would be dealing with are collar butts, but I got to the butcher yesterday with all intent of buying a collar butt. Holy lordy, they were expensive, so yeah, we walked out with a much bigger cut. Fine. Because it was like a third of the price. No. It's about half the price per kilo, so yeah, I couldn't justify. You're paying for a little bit of bone here, a little bit more fat. You can pretty much not trim collar butts. You know what? This is entertainment. Hopefully you guys can learn some stuff. I pretty much learn everything. I learn something every time I cook as well, so yeah, you never know, we might learn something here. Don't really do this competitively anymore. So this bit right here, that flap, take that off. I'm just going to take off this real skinny bit, probably going to leave that. This bit right here, great for sausages, just going to burn. Even this little bit here is going to burn, but we're going to, you know what, yeah, we'll take that off as well. It's just going to burn, unfortunately. So, perfect. All right. Shield. That hurts my soul. All right. So once again, got the money, shield, horn. Beautiful. All right. Now, last step of the process today. I've forgotten the most important step. I'm not going to do now because I haven't got clean hands. But that bad boy right there, that should be in my belly. Anyway, so we are going to inject this. Now, normally with this mixture, I'd only inject for a shorter amount of time than what we are, but I don't normally cook at the crack. So what we got here is Badass Barbecues pork injection. Glorious stuff. I've got about 600 ml. We'll pump this bad boy up. The more juice, more liquid you can get into a cut, the earlier, the more it's going to accept over time. Pumps it full of flavour. Also has more moisture in it when you're cooking. So you're trying to cook out all the moisture eventually, but still going to have a little bit. So, alright, now go get this bad boy. Nasty looking piece of equipment, this one here. Alright, now the hard bit. How do we do this? It always gets messy. We'll start with the money. Give it a little wiggle, give it a pull out, and a squeeze as we put it in. Give it a little wiggle. Opens up a pocket for it to go into. Dang nabbit. That's alright. You know what? Let's get a bit crafty here. Let's see if we can get crafty. Is that going to work? There you go. Some MacGyver action right there for you. I always put my hand over. Alright, this is going to be the running joke tomorrow, isn't it? Can't stick it in, that's the problem, isn't it, guys? Alright. You know what? This seems rather dangerous. I don't like it. Whatever. Come on, alright. Any other ideas? Hold it. I'll get covered if I hold it, but for the cause. Alright. Squiggle. Try and do it with my arm so you guys can not get full shakes. The more of this that this accepts, the better. You can actually see it pumping up there as we're going. Whoop. Here she comes. Let's clean the table. I think it's a ceramic fiberglass. I've never heard of that composite table, but hasn't stained. I was told I don't have to ever seal it. Yes. Alright, now I'll get to the horn. Don't think I'm going to use anywhere near as much juice as I've made. That's alright. Just drench it in. Oh, that's taking it. Woo. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, don't get on the fabric. Beautiful. Alright, so that took the whole lot. Didn't lose my shit. Pour the rest of it over. What we'll do, squidge it down. And I think that'll do me, guys. I'll go clean up because I made a right royal mess of things. But yeah, I'll see you in the morning.